What's going on YouTube? So this is a video of what are, in my opinion, the essential mods for Harley Davidson Softail models, specifically the Street Bob. So if you're thinking of getting a Street Bob, yeah, maybe take heed of some of this advice, but then again, it's your own choice, it's just my opinion. But these are things that'll make the bike look smarter, give you a more comfortable ride, and also protect your bike and make it more, what's the word? Give it extra utility, that's the word I'm looking for. So we'll start off then at the front. So I've got this screen on. I think most models of this screen, it's called like a Memphis Shades fairing, but you can find any on the internet. I used a site called Motia UK. It's based in Germany, and I were a bit dubious before I used it because there's some iffy reviews saying things didn't arrive, but I've never had a problem with it and I've ordered loads of stuff from it. So I definitely recommend it, and it's a lot cheaper. So this screen here were 125 quid, and if you were to get like branded Harley Davidson ones or like the Memphis Shades ones, I think they're easily knocking on like 300 quid. So yeah, this is a really good screen. I didn't want to get a screen at first because I kind of wanted to have that open front classic chopper look, but in the UK especially, like the wind and the temperatures, it does get pretty cold when you're getting above about 50 miles an hour, so the screen really keeps the wind off, and it also looks pretty smart too. I'll show you it from the front. Kind of adds to the aesthetic of the bike. Then next, I've got this crash bar here. Obviously a crash bar is something you don't want to have to use, but if something does happen, you'll be glad you've got it. And I had an 883 before, and I dropped it in the most stupid way in my mate's backyard when we were washing our bikes off, and my foot literally just slipped when I was straddling it on some like paving, and I just fell over to the side, and I got probably, because I fell to the right, roughly in this location, like a big dent in the tank, which weren't good. So straight away I've slapped a crash bar on. Again, this one's from that Motia UK. It literally just bolts onto the side there. It's quite low profile, which is good. It sits right at the bottom. It's not like a big when you have them huge ones that come all the way up there, so it doesn't affect the image of the bike. I think it actually adds to the image. It looks pretty smart. So yeah, definitely recommend a crash bar just in case you drop it, because they are heavy bikes and accidents can happen. So far we've done the fairing, the crash bar. Next, the bike already had this when I bought this. This is a 2020 bike, but it's already got the stage 1 upgrade, so the heavy breather filter, and it's got the Vance & Hines short shots. I think the previous owner, where the foot was on the pegs, they must have like kept rubbing that with a heel or something, so that's probably something I need to touch up at some point, even though I've had the bike a while. But yeah, the tune and the upgrade, I would recommend it, just the stage 1, because it gives you that few extra horsepower, and it just makes overtaking a lot safer. Like this thing does like proper pull when you open it up, the throttle, and the quicker you can get around something, the safer, to be honest. So you may as well make your bike that bit faster. And also the sound as well, like the stock exhausts, they still sound okay, but when you get an aftermarket one, they just sound so much better. Like that's what a Harley's meant to sound like. So this one's got the Vance & Hines short shots on. Next upgrade while we're down here, and I got some new pegs. These ones, they kind of like off-road adventure style pegs, not usually what you'd have on a Harley, but I find that the stock ones, they just look like rubber rectangles kind of, and if it's a little bit damp, I were finding sometimes my feet were slipping off, which isn't great. So yeah, these are way more grippy. I think I just got these off eBay. If you just type in like adventure foot pegs or aftermarket foot pegs, something like that, most of them are a universal fit. But again, as well as being practical, I think these add to the image of the bike. It looks pretty smart. Sissy bar. So there's lots of options of stuff you can have for carrying luggage, like you can get side panniers or side boxes or whatever. But I went for a sissy bar, and you can get like compatible bags that slip over the top. So you've kind of got that like 1960s/70s chopper look with that on, which is, yeah, probably the more look I'd go for. Again, I got this from that Motia UK. I think it was 90 quid. It's quite a high bar. But yeah, again, that's just showing how good that company is. I think in total what I got from that company is the bar, the fairing, the crash bar, and then I'll go around the other side afterwards and show you the number plate bracket, because I got that off there as well. That's something I forgot from the front, is this grill cover, because behind here you've just got your oil cooler fins, but there's no protection on them at all, so all the stones flicking up, if they crack your oil cooler, like, that's going to be a big repair, which is kind of dumb. I don't understand why they don't have a guard on as stock. So out of all the things that I like, essentials, this is definitely an essential, because that's just going to protect your oil cooler mesh. So yeah, definitely get one of these. This is also from that Motia, but you can probably get others anywhere. This isn't really an essential, I think it's just a personal preference thing. But whereas before you've got your number plate coming out of here, it tidies up the tail end, and side plates, yeah, they just look a lot cooler, a lot more low profile, and it's better being able to seal your hood guard to give that bob a look, which is what it is. It's a street bob at the end of the day. So you can see for yourself that it just looks pretty neat and tidy, having nothing there over that rear guard, which just looks pretty cool. And then finally, the last thing, which I think is the most important thing for this bike, the Softail Street Bob, is the seat. The stock seat is absolutely awful. Like, as much as I love this bike and the style of it, like, that stock seat it's just horrible. You want to get that gone as soon as possible. It's just like a single seat. It's too squishy. Like, you can feel all the hard plastic underneath. It's that squishy, so it's really uncomfortable. It sits you really low down, so you're stretching up to the bars quite a way. And because this bike's pretty powerful and fast, when you open up the throttle, there's not much of a lip to it. It just sort of comes up to about there. So like, you literally feel your butt sliding off the back of the seat when you start accelerating quite fast, which isn't good really. This is a step up style seat. Like, with having this archway at the back, it really locks your body in. It's like a memory gel type thing or whatever. And yeah, also if you've got the sissy bar bag, you can sit it on top of there without it scratching your rear fender. So yeah, you definitely want to get a new seat. You can find loads of these on the internet, but once again, I got this from that Motia. I think it was 170 quid, whereas if you're looking at the Saddleman models, which most people get, they can be up to like £500. So it's just ridiculous really. Like, with Harley aftermarket products, you can just spend way too much money than you need to. So yeah, I know it sounds like I've mentioned it about 20 times, but that Motia UK website, I definitely recommend it. Like, you could just get loads of stuff for cheap, and I've had no problems with any of the products. So that just about covers everything I've done to this bike. If I were to say which mods I'd say are absolutely essential, I'd say definitely the seat, definitely a crash bar or crash guard, probably the front fairing / screen, depending what kind of riding you do. But if you're doing long distance stuff, you'll definitely be glad of it once you get it, just taking that wind off your body. I suppose it depends where you are. Like, in the UK it's freezing 90% of the time, whereas if you live somewhere, I don't know, like Florida or California or whatever, I'm sure it's fine not having a screen on. And then yeah, the other things, they're not essential, but the foot pegs for extra grip, the stage 1 tune, some sort of luggage carrying adaptation, sissy bar in my case, and then yeah, the side plate. They're obviously not essential mods, but they can make the bike look smarter. So yeah, hopefully that helps if you're thinking of buying one of these models, and yeah, have fun.